What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an EP review to do for you, and I'm going to talk to you about the debut EP from the band Poison Blood, entitled Poison Blood. This is released on Relapse Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of both North Carolina and Virginia, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very experimental, minimalist, lo-fi style of black metal. Yeah. When I first heard about this project coming to life, I was very intrigued and excited as to how things were going to go down, because this is a two-person project, and the two people involved in this project are both very prolific and polarizing figures in the realms of extreme music and music in general. One person being Jenks Miller, the main man behind Horseback and one of the principal members of Mount Moriah. He's one of my favorite singer-songwriters in not only extreme music, but music in general. He's such a creative and gifted and talented human being, and he can make any sort of musical style work to his advantage. And the other person involved in this project is Imperial, aka Neil Jameson, whom you may know best as the frontman of Krieg. Of course, he is a very established, distinguished vocalist, and pretty much one of the biggest mouths going in the extreme music world going today. And I say that with the utmost pride and respect, by the way. He's doing the vocals for this project, and Jenks is doing the music and all other aspects. From what I read and heard about this project, this is going to be somewhat of an experimental take on black metal, including elements of death rock, punk rock, dungeon synth, thrash to a certain extent, pretty much Beharit rudimentary Peni worship. That's basically the things that I got from learning more about this project, and now here we are with the debut EP from Poison Blood's self-titled release. It's only 8 tracks, and it clocks in at around 18.5 minutes in length, and pretty much listening to this is quite a breeze, because you'll go into this EP curious to know how things are going to work out, and once you're finished listening to it, you're leaving yourself wanting more. This is the kind of EP release that leaves you wanting more, and hopefully in the future more will come from a project like this, because this is some absolutely intriguing and well-crafted stuff. I mean, as far as the music is concerned, like I said, Jenks is pretty much the main person behind the musical aspects of this release. He plays everything. He does the guitar, the bass, the drums, the keys, and every aspect of those particular instruments he plays and does sensationally here. The guitar riffs are very, very distinctive and well thought out throughout this release, especially upon the first couple of tracks, the Scourgeon, the Gestalt, and Deformed Lights. Just some very intricate and well thought out riff work. You definitely get that lo-fi black metal sort of edge going for things with the riffs on this album. There are plenty and plenty of great riffs to be heard throughout this record. Going on to later songs like A Cracked and Desolate Sky to Shelter Beneath the Sea, which is probably the shortest track on here. You get those bursts of energy and aggression with the guitar riffs. It really does sound wonderful to listen to. The bass is very well accompanied, definitely suitable for the main riffs that are done throughout the majority of this EP. Sounds very good, sounds very natural. That's another thing I can point out about this EP, is the fact that everything sounds clean, clear, and natural. I love that aspect of this production. The drum work on here also has a very clear and natural vibe going for it. A lot of great black metal sort of drumming going throughout some of the tracks on here. The mid-pace slow parts work out very well. Very, very awesome stuff. And even the key elements that get included throughout this release work out very well here. They don't feel distracting at all. They feel very helpful and abiding to all of the tracks on here, especially the instrumental track, The Flower of Serpents. That's where you get that dungeon synth experimental vibe going on with that, and I really, really like that a lot. I really enjoy that aspect of this release. And of course, when it comes to the vocals, it's pretty much what you would normally expect from an Imperial sort of vocal performance. I love his growls. I just love his his vocal delivery, his style, his presence. It's just very evil, very gritty sounding. I absolutely love the growls that he does throughout this record. Even moments on this album where you hear him deliver a little bit of a higher register, which is something very awesome to listen to, especially on the closing track, Circles of Salt. It's pretty much one of the more unique tracks on this record because you hear some instrumentation followed by a bunch of really ugly, mean-sounding, wretched vocals. I absolutely love that aspect of that track. It's really, really cool. And overall, it's definitely an intriguing vocal performance and something very special to behold. So, overall, this is a very, very intriguing piece of work here. I love the instrumentation. I love the vocals. I love the concepts and themes behind this record. It's just an overall impressive EP. But the one thing I will say is that, like I said previously, this is going to leave you wanting more. This is the type of EP that will leave you wanting more and wanting to figure out what's going to be next and if there is going to be something next. And I would love for there to be something next for this project. So if you're into any of the respective works of these two artists, Jenks Miller and Neil Jameson, you're going to find something awesome with this Poison Blood EP release. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you a link in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this EP and listen to it. I will leave you a link to the Poison Blood Bandcamp page where you can listen to this EP in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can stream it by digitally, and it is available both as a CD and single-sided 12-inch vinyl. There's also t-shirt options available if you want to get merch. And yeah, again, the EP is Poison Blood by Poison Blood. This is released on Relapse Records. Go check this out. And for a score, I'm going to give this a very strong 8 out of 10. Definitely something different in the realms of today's black metal going right now. I'm looking forward to hearing more. If you've happened to have heard this EP, definitely let me know what you think about it and how you feel about it, or any of you guys into Poison Blood, any Krieg or Horseback fans here, let me know. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel, and until the next time, Army Hell out.